But I promise you this, these niggas won't do that to a Mexican, though. Show me a video where a nigga spit on a Mexican.
Mexicans got it like that out there?
Man, these Mexicans is outnumbering niggas like 10-1.
We thought it was the Samoans. No,
Samoans are very small in number. They're pretty much no threat. They more likely to be cool with niggas than beef with niggas, right?
Okay.
We refer to them as Samoan niggas like that. But it's a lot of Samoans from like Black Hoods and stuff. Show me a video where a black gang member spits on a Mexican gang member or a black period. They'll never, that same nigga who spit on Aaron the Plumber will get around Mexicans and act like the most polite, politically correct nigga on earth. On earth.
I believe it.
Even if you see Pun and AD them, they low-key be glazing Mexicans on their channel. I'm telling you, they only doing it to the nigga because he got no backup. So you not, if it was you and him one-on-one, you wouldn't have did that to that nigga. You just doing that because you know you got the numbers. 100%.
So why do niggas feel comfortable disrespecting lefty gunplay?
Niggas just say certain things about lefty gunplay, but they ain't going to the point of like really insulting the nigga. Like what are they saying to disrespect him? He can't rap.
Yeah, just little shit like that. Just tarnishing his name.
You ain't gonna be like fuck that nigga and his kids and nigga I do this and nah, I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna fly. Man, them Southsiders will be on your ass. I'm just being real with you. Like niggas act tough, but LA niggas made peace with Mexicans for a reason. It ain't because we just like them. No. They got y'all outnumbered like 20-1.
Now, what about the Armenians? What about the Armenians?
Nah, that's nothing. Armenians.
They said that's the real. I heard that's the real power of Cali.
Hell no. It's not even enough Armenians to be the real power. If you go like that area, that's like the valley and shit. Who really run the valley is like Russians. Russians and Armenians got the beef in the valley. Like Burbank, the porn district where Adam and them be at. So like when you see like the 60s and stuff popping up over there, I knew nothing was going to happen because them Russians got that shit on lock. You ain't doing nothing up there. You do some shit over there, you saw Training Day, right? Who killed Denzel?
Them Russians.
Russian mobsters. They're up there. I used to work at a club. I used to work at an Armenian-owned club, and they was into it, the Russians. A Russian walked up to me and was like, nigga, not nigga, but he was like, you gonna get he was like, these dudes gonna get you killed doing security over here, and they know they doing all types of shit and running back to this club, hiding up in here. He told me straight up. I said, that was like my last day. I was like, I'm done. Yeah,
Big U wasn't extorting none of the Mexicans or Armenians?
Stop it. You being funny.
Now, I'm just wondering because that's
Big U can extort a nigga from A-Trade gangsters. So how the fuck was you gonna extort a Mexican?
Hey,
Mexicans run, bro. Have you ever been to LA?
Nah, bro.
I want you to go to LA, go to this part of LA called the Alley. Millions of Mexicans, bro. They're all over the city. It's no area that all the hoods where these niggas like this my hood, neighborhood and all that, man, it's Mexicans living all up and through there. All up and through there. Like it's just a numbers game.
Okay.
The niggas are moving to like Vegas, Lancaster, where the rent is cheap because they're getting priced out. So the numbers are not there like that.
Okay. Now let me ask you something. Being that you said you was a 20, right? A Crip. How do y'all look at out-of-state gangbanging? Like when somebody like Jen Lee banging 60s, a big white boy from Texas, he say nigga and shit like that. How y'all look at shit like that?
I mean, it's just he from that hood. Them dudes let him do that. You know, it's all about his circle.
But do y'all respect gangbangers from out of the states? Because it really started out there. Like, how did it get to? You know what I mean? Like, if somebody follow, is what I'm saying. It was a follower in every state somewhere. Because if it started in Cali, how the fuck did it get to Illinois, or how did it get to Florida, Jersey, shit like that?
Well, yeah, we have to because there's 20 Crips in Atlanta, 20 Crips in New York. There's 20 Crips all over the America. 20 Crips in Washington. So My uncles, them all just like a couple years ago moved to Atlanta, but before they moved there, it was a whole faction of 20 Crips because they had when we were young, when I was a little kid, they had put my cousin Keith on 20s at a family reunion out there, and he expanded the gang. I was just talking to a dude from Atlanta the other day. He was like, "Yeah, them niggas is out here. They be over in some area." So we have to respect it. And all that stuff got spread because of drugs. When niggas was moving drugs across state lines, that's where that really started. Like,
because I heard a nigga like Charleston, he said he seen colors, and that's how they started gang banging in his area, like off a movie, not a real right coming out there and putting people on and shit like that off of a movie. So that's why I was asking, is it respected?
Some people did that, but they tapped in with the dudes from those hoods in like LA, and them dudes would like fly out there and stuff, co-sign, like basically it's like anything. What y'all got going over here? Oh, we moving work. All right, send niggas this much money every month. Y'all official. We'll back you up. That's with anything. That's the same as opening a jiu-jitsu gym. What team are you on? This team. Give us this much money every month so you could carry the team banners. Like it's like dues. But yeah, the out-of-state bangers, they're legitimate. I mean, they willing to ride and die and kill and spread degeneracy for the hood. They doing just as much as the dudes in LA.
Okay. Yeah, I just wanted to see if it was respected in Cali. I'm not saying it's disrespected at all. Shit, we know they sliding, they doing their thing, but we just wanted to see how the originals feel about it because, like they said, the shit started in Cali.
Also, in the feds, like where Brick Baby and all them is at, when you get to the feds, you run into niggas from different states. See, because they mix the states in the feds, and you got dudes who be getting put on to hoods in the feds. Like, that's the way it is.
And then they going back home today, back to whatever states they coming from, right?
Man, it's Mexicans who went to the feds and became Latin kings. It's Latin kings in LA, bro. They just not big. Yeah, they not big, but that shit started with the feds. So
what's the big Mexican gang out there? Do they bang blood and Crip too, or are they strictly MS-13 type shit?
Well, if you saw the video of the one little dude from Insane Crip who got caught by the dude from 20s, the little kid, and he was crying. That kid is Mexican. He's Mexican, but he's from a black gang. He's from Insane Crip. Same gang as Viral Way. That dude is from their hood, that little kid. So Mexicans do bang black hoods, but the primary Mexican gangs are on the south, the southern part of California. It's the Serranos, the 13s. They tapped in with the Mexican mafia. On the northern part of California, Oakland, all that, Vallejo, San Francisco, they're Norteños, the Northerners, and they have their own. They beef with the Serranos, the Norteños and Serranos beef. Wow. So every gang going south has this like 13 on their name that identifies them as attached to the Mexican mafia. The only gang that I know that doesn't have that is the gang in Long Beach that we beef with, the Longos, the west side, east side, north side, and south, the north side, east side, and west side Longos. They are a Mexican gang, but they don't carry the Mexican Mafia 13. They own thing.
So is it going to be repercussions? Like you said, it would be if somebody spit on the Mexican for that dude who dragged that little Mexican kid? Or no, because he being a black hood? No, yeah, nothing's gonna happen because he banging a black hood. Oh, so you got it. So only the Mexican gangs is the what's called. They're gonna be like, they probably would have probably killed bro. They would have been like, oh, you gonna mess with those monkeys, those mayates? They would have probably dirty bro theyself. Little kid or not. But nah, yeah, you'll never see nobody spitting on no Mexican, no black dude, not like that. No. Nah. It's too many of them, and they tied in with the Mexican mafia and shit. Like, you spit on the wrong person, and you're gonna be in trouble. But in Long Beach, we do beef with the Mexicans though. So shit happens. But like when I was a kid in high school, 15 years old, Mexicans blew my homie brains out in front of a Taco Bell. He was just ordering his food, bam, splattered his shit. So
It was stuff like that happening in Long Beach. So the history between Mexicans and blacks in Long Beach was real tumultuous.
Damn.